All right. We're here with Leona Promotions. ¿Cómo estás, comadre? ¿Cómo estás?
I'm good, and you?
Oh my God, it has been an interesting time. Like honestly, with TTMAs around the corner, and then all this music stuff happening here in San Antonio, para los fiestas patrias as well. It it has been an interesting day.
Yeah, that's football.
Yeah, plus football. And I know that you're a big Houston Texans fan,
Yeah,
and that it looks interesting for them for this season. That's for sure.
yeah, but they're all new newbies.
Yeah, but it's all good.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, there's like a lot of injuries as well too.
Yeah, but tell us about yourself. And I know that you come from a conjunto legacy family, so like, tell us more about yourself.
Well, I'm from the Valley, San Benito, um, the hometown of Freddie Fender and Narciso Martinez, the founder of Conjunto Music. Um, I raised in San Benito, and um, just um, to start Leona Promotions 4 years ago, going on five in a couple of months, and just trying to help out a lot of people that helped out my mom's late cousin Freddie Gomez. He's also a conjunto uh, legend and um, is known throughout the conjunto industry as well. So I started the own promotions 4 years ago as to help out people with the artists, new and established, whenever they needed the help, and just learning as I go as well too.
Yeah, you sure have an impact in La Onda, man. Like I'm seeing your name all over the place, and of course, like you help out the station big time. With artists and like trying to help me find some brand new artists as well, and discover brand new people.
Mm. Yeah, and I get it by like how you say word of mouth. I get like referrals and just being like out of the luck, I started helping out people when I didn't think I was gonna help them out. Like um, Stephanie Montiel is one of them, and the Homeboys, who is Leon Promotions, one of the Leon Promotions artists, and the Hot 21, and the affiliates that I've been helping out as well too, and we'll be helping out another affiliate soon. So a new affiliate. So it's just I say that's why I'm very grateful for all the stuff that I've been learning and the artists that I've been um, inquiring their promotions and working together as well.
Yeah, that's the best part. That's the one thing that I always see. Um, because some of the circles that are in La Onda, like a lot of them don't want to help out outside of their circle, which is horrible. Like you see some of these artists, and it's like, come on, like this station can help you, or this other person can go and help you, and it's sad to see, but yet people like you who are helping out everyone and making sure that they're getting airplay and that you're going in and working hard, like you, Myra, Lila, and a few of the other people. They actually go and they double check and they see and make sure that the radio stations are playing them, and not too
Yeah,
many people like actually do that. Like,
yeah. I like to make sure like all the artists get heard everywhere because that is like potential for them to add them on Spotify or iTunes or the new one that's coming out, which is Tidal and stuff like that. So um, that's why you need to like get people to know your artist from back to front and uh, other radio stations from internet, FM, um, AM, and terrestrial. So they could be possible new listeners for them and get the right exposure because with that exposure that helps out the other promoters with their venues because they have already heard them before. There's always a thing where I'm like, I don't if one of the artists that I've helped out is playing at a venue, it's like I don't want people to be like, oh, I've never heard of them. I don't want them to like feel like they might not go because they've never heard of them. So that's why I try to get them out there so people could hear them and they'll be like, oh, I know who they are. I've heard of them before. Let's go check them out in person and stuff like that. So that's like kind of my goals for the artists so they can get more exposure, more airplay, just in general because um, that's what they are expecting when they require my services or inquire my services. So I try my best for all the artists and make sure they get heard um, all over the U.S. and Mexico. So
yeah, your artists are being heard all over the place, and as well, you have some TTMA award winners that are on your roster as well, and some TTMA award nominees for this year as well. So it like your momentum is like amazing this year.
yeah, and it's all blessings and stuff like that because like I try my best and then all of a sudden like I get to help this person out or this artist out and it's like wow like I wouldn't think I'd be working with these people and so it's just taking day by day and just doing the best I can for each and everybody and just being humble as well too because um, they they've given me the opportunity to help them out, and so I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I noticed too. It's not all about you. It's just about the artist. And like seeing how much the artists just love and appreciate you. They tag you, they go and they mention your importance to them, and that's an awesome feeling. Like
Yeah,
even on my show too, when they come on and they, oh yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate everything that you have done. Like
yeah,
it, like most people don't get to see that, and it's like, yeah, I'm like I want to make sure that all the artists make it to the top. I want to see our artists make it to Billboard and like
yeah,
be able to go and fill up a huge arena
yeah.
again, like they used to back in the day.
Hmm. Yeah, um, yeah. I just what do you call it? Just like to. I know they give me a lot of recognition and stuff, but I'd rather have the artists get recognized more than me. I know I get like I put myself like my marketing stuff like for Leona Promotions, but it's more for the artist. That's why I try to like grow my TikTok followers, my put them on TikTok, put them anywhere that I can, sign up for like um, memberships wherever I can and stuff like that, just so people can know who I am and who are the artists behind me, you know, like Promotions is with the homeboys, and they'll be like, oh, let's check them out, or Leon Promotions, so they'll check out the homeboys or Channel 21 or Marco Terran. So it's just like um, it's just for me to for the artist to benefit what I try to do behind the scenes and stuff like that. So the artist could get more exposure. Like, yeah, I know that I have like so many followers on TikTok, but it's not for me, it's for the artist. And as soon as I have the chance, I create like videos and work with templates and stuff like that.
Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. Yeah, so working with the artists and everything that's going on, and like just seeing some of your posters that you make, it's very impressive. Like, do you go to school for that, or you have some sort of background in it?
I'm very creative all around person. Like if it was not like Leon Promotions, I'll be like painting and stuff like that and drawing. So when I do my flyers, which I've been doing around like 6 years already, I'm kind of nitpicky in how I do my flyers and I've learned a lot from the years of creating those flyers because sometimes I could hear the people. They're like, "Oh, I want it like this," or can you fix it like this? So I mess around with it now on my own and make sure like everything's correct. If the artist needs it to be changed, I don't mind it because it's their flyer and stuff like that. Um, so the creativity of the flyers is just being my creative self. And just being also clean on the flyers too, because sometimes I could be like a little OCD when it comes to like how it's cropped or the colors may not match or the fonts or whatever. So all around, it's just my creativity is like putting the drawing on those flyers is a drawing for me or it's like a painting for me. So I learned a lot within the 6 years of doing flyers. So and a lot of the stuff like I picked up too.
Now that's cool.
Yeah.
And of course, like just just with all the people that you have been working with, um, like just seeing the homeboys achieve a TTMA award like that. Like, how was that feeling? Like seeing your artist winning an award like that.
I feel happy that they've won awards and seen win awards and all the artists that I've helped out seeing um win awards. It's my goal. That's my goal for each and every artist to get their recognition, their their acknowledgement and their hard work being seen. So when they get those TTMA awards, if they get those other awards like um, which is the All Stars, Guadalupe, like all those. It's what they. That's what my goals are to for them to get the recognition and the acknowledgement of their hard work through the venues, through radio stations, and their music in the studio too. So it's how they say a proud promoter moment. Um, um, so yeah, it's cool. And then when um especially when um they give you shout outs too, and it's like, oh my god, they said my name, without noticing or expecting it. There you go, the word expecting it. So um like a lot of the stuff that's happening is expected. I don't really like know like ahead of times. I just work day by day. So it's like especially when I get those nominations on those awards, it's like who nominated me type of thing. Like on the She's All That with Lainey when they nominated her for Homecoming Queen. It's like I have the same expression. It's like who nominated me type of thing. So um again, like I'm nominated, but I rather get more votes for the artist except for me. Like I rather have them get more votes than me because, like I said, that Leona Promotions is to benefit the artist, not me.
Yeah, and that's the important thing too is the artist.
Yeah.
And like you see people who forget about the artist. And with me as a DJ and as a radio station, like I'm looking at the artist. I'm looking at okay, how much is the artist posting? How much are they interacting uh with the other radio stations? How are like are they interacting with me? Are they talking to me? Like what's going on? What's happening? Because of course, like I gotta be in the loop. I gotta make sure that like what's happening with your music or what's happening with your artist that
Mm,
people are up to date with it and people know what's going on.
yeah. It's very good. It's how to say keeping up with the Kardashians. It's like you need to know where they're playing. You need to know where um what songs are coming out um soon, or like if they have music videos as well coming out. And so you need to be like alert. Sometimes my mom's like, why are you always on the phone on Facebook? Well, I'm just keeping track of the artists. It's like they need their events to be pushed. I'm gonna push them. And on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, um so they could get people to go to their shows. So, and making sure everything's okay, like the artists are okay, um like um with their like stuff that they're going through and whatnot. So it's just like keeping up with the Kardashians is actually like keeping up with the artists, making sure like you know what's going on in their music life and see where you can help them out with them. And that's why sometimes it feels like I'm like on the Facebook a lot because you get all the information from there.
Yeah, and of course, like with the way I see things too, you're doing this by yourself and like the artists as well. Like they're helping you out. Of course, I see you helping out Lorena, uh, Melhia, which we interviewed before, and Monica Terran, and like they have momentum right now. Like that, they're sounding awesome. They're hitting the charts.
Yes, I've been helping out those artists, and Stephanie Martinez has come up to me for help as well. And who else is the new ones?
And of course, you can listen to those past interviews too on
Yeah,
this podcast because like thanks to Laura and uh, the other promoters that helped set this up as well. Like
yeah,
like the way that you help out these people, like I know for sure you go and you message me, hey Metal, can you go and interview this person? Or like, hey, like how's this song doing right now? Like how many plays is it getting on your station?
yeah. Um, yeah, it's good to keep track with the radio stations as well too. Um, make sure that they're actually like with the radio stations. That's why sometimes when it comes to my email blast, as I call it, make sure I'm very protective of their music. Make sure that their actual radio stations affiliated, um, and make sure that they don't upload it to YouTube. Um, I also do just put disclaimers um, just so because when the artist gives you the music, you have to protect it from them losing out on royalties and stuff that they need to be paid for all the work that they did in the studio. So that's why I do my disclaimers to prohibit YouTube uploading and making sure like if you see um, a YouTuber station uploading like music, you make sure you take them out of your email list because that's still enabling them to put it on YouTube, even though you tell them like don't put it, but then they still put it. So it's like okay, you're off my list type thing. So
Yeah, and
um,
we have been seeing that a lot lately in La Onda. Is like, hey, you know what? This song isn't even out yet. Like, I haven't even gotten it, and I like as a station, like I expect songs to be given to me at a certain time, and of
yeah,
course, I get skipped over plenty of times by a few people just because either they don't like my station or they don't like the way that I format things
mm,
because my thing is just to go and highlight brand new music,
yeah,
and I can't show favoritism because of my company policy.
yeah,
So you have people that are like, hey, like I don't mind if you put it on YouTube as long as you're putting my name on there and saying that I'm doing this for you.
yeah,
And like it's a sad way for La Onda. Like it's really sad. Like seeing those videos.
yeah. Cause um, but that's why like I make sure like the song will be released first to digital platform, then I submit the song, or I submit them closer to the day or whenever the artist asks me to submit it. So because of that, I want them the artist to get their royalties first before anybody doesn't do what the disclaimer says and still put it up on YouTube. Um, so I'm just protective of the music. Sometimes I do check the radio stations to see if they have live feeds and stuff like that because they're still on my email blast. But if they're not a radio station anymore, then I will take them off because um, that's the purpose for radio stations and DJs that are affiliated with the radio stations and some mobile DJs that uh, I know that they do play like in clubs and stuff. So other than that, I like to submit to all the stations if possible. Um, I'm still researching new stations um, for new stations that come up, like the one that came up with the Hano Up Radio. That's a new one, and stuff like that. So all of the Hano stations can get the radio, the music, um, not to put them like just certain ones. Just if they're like they have like if they're like on Live 365, or they are registered, then they'll get the music no matter what too. So
Yeah, and a
um,
big shout out to our compadres from the Weekend Warriors starting out at the Hano Up Radio. Like honestly, like it sounds pretty good. Like I was listening to it and it's like, oh shoot, like they're
yeah, and and it's a good thing. Like I said, it's a possible new listener, new follower for the artist on their Spotify or Tidal or Deezer or Pandora or iTunes to buy it. So it's good to get your artist out there. I don't want the people to be like, well, who's this or who's that? I'm like, that's not my um like that's not one of my goals. My goals is for people to say, oh yeah, I've heard her before. Oh yeah, I've heard him before. It's like um I want the people to get to know the new artists, especially the new artists.
yeah.
So it's like because the artists work hard on their music through their they could be there might be independent, and so they're taking a lot of their resources to make the song. So it's just like um it's good to submit the song to a lot of the stations where possible, like or follow or subscribe or add to their playlist. So um
And approximately, like, how many like Tejano stations are there? Because like there's a lot, and a lot of people don't get to see it.
maybe like 50 to 60 internet radio stations. They're they're out there. Just need to do research, and um, especially not just in Texas. They're all over. There's some in like Washington, Colorado, New Mexico, Florida, Midwest. Um, I think there's also one in Idaho. So and there's also a lot of FM AM station as well there too. Um, especially those that are um part of a broadcasting network and stuff like that. So there's quite a bit of radio stations out there that need to be highlighted because so people can know or to tune in as well too, um, to their station. And so
And of
um,
course, like now podcasts are getting really big into La Onda right now. Of
yes, there's a lot of podcasts.
And of
Um,
course, like we're like with this podcast, we're exclusively on like iHeartRadio, iTunes, um, Amazon. Like we're all over the place, and like just with this podcast, we're hitting about 15, 16 different countries, probably
wow.
more. And like just talking to you, because I know that we have been wanting to do a conversation for a while, just talking about La Onda and just being a promoter, because not too many people get to see the promoter side of it, the promoter slash distributor side of it. Because,
Yeah.
of course, there's two different promoters, there's the event promoter, and then there's the distributor slash PR slash marketing slash they do everything that you do, basically everything that five people are supposed to do.
Yes. Um, and that's why you need to also be like up to date on information. Like, there's a lot of information that you can look into, especially with like the copyright stuff, the like ASCAP and BMI and Sound Exchange, and there's a lot of information um, that can help out and just um, be in the know. We do like a lot of research and how do you say, the podcasts are coming out a lot, and that's a new broadcasting um, um, system. It's like there's podcasts for like history, like a lot of the 90s like TV shows also have podcasts too. So it's just like a group of uh, podcast universe.
Yeah. And of course, like besides our besides the Tejano Spotlight Radio podcast,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you also mentioned like what is your other favorite podcast? Because gotta give them a big shout out as well.
What do you mean?
Like what other podcasts do you listen to?
I listen to I like history, so there's one that's called Detective series. It's like listening to them on like 1950s radio station. So I've liked that information. I mean podcast, and there's one that like the Boy Meets World cast, part of them they do the podcast, and then um and just um a lot of the podcasts that are very informational. It's like um so there's a lot of podcasts that I tune into. Um,
Like
sports, huh?
one of the podcasters too that I miss listening to is that compadre AC Cruz. Like
Oh yeah,
his podcasts were hilarious. I'm like, really? Like I like going more in depth with the artists as well.
yeah. He was an awesome podcaster too. I guess because there was times where I saw him wear my Houston Texans fans cap. We're both Houston Texans fans, so I would see him with a picture of those Houston Texans, and I was like, "Oh, Texans!" Every time I would see his picture, wearing that cap. So yeah, he did in depth, and a lot of artists, new and established artists. So um, he'll be missed, and also the podcasts of the one with Victor Rodriguez.
Oh yeah, Victor
No,
Rodriguez, Nuestra Música radio show, and of course that like I was talking to him the other day, and like he was listening into the show and like just his programming, and I was like, I need to hear more of your podcast.
mm-hmm.
And if you guys haven't heard Victor Rodriguez podcast, it happens on Tejano Spotlight Radio on our Live 365 page as well. That happens on Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are able to go listen into that. Victor is an awesome guy out of Kansas City, uh, just doing awesome work. And Laura, también you're nominated for 3 awards or 4 awards. I forgot how many.
Just one for right now. It's the Puro Conjunto Words with Little Jesse. Um, the voting started yesterday. But again, like I rather have the artists get more votes than I do, so it's all cool. um, so um,
And honestly, that's one of the coolest things. Like I haven't been nominated for an award yet, but like I got once we're done with the show, I gotta tell you why I'm not nominated for a lot of these awards. But it's just like it's interesting seeing these award shows and seeing how they are, and like I got my rules, I got my stipulations, and the way I was brought into the industry.
mhm.
También with the way like you were brought into the industry too, and it's like these awards weren't around when you started and when I started the radio station, but it
Mhm.
was just it's interesting how many of these award shows popped up and how many new artists I'm trying to figure out who they are.
Yeah, That's why Leona Promotions tries to get the artists out there so people will be like, I know them, instead of saying, I don't know who that is, or I don't know who that is. So it's like that's my goal, is for the people to say, oh, I know um Lorena Mejia, or I know Marga Teran. It's like I want them to be heard everywhere. So it's just like um as wherever there's like a new radio station, the Hano, and it meets their platforms, yeah, I submit the music to them. So
Yeah, that's one of the best ways too. You are always up to date, always trying to make sure that everyone gets the music. And that's the one thing that I wish more people would do is that they would stay up to date and go and actually talk to the radio stations. Because of course, like some of the radio stations we don't get music. Some of us like get skipped out on purpose, and they don't like that. And it's like, well, hey, like, what do I have to do so I can get on your list?
Yeah.
With you, all right, hey, the requirements are you have to be registered as a radio station. You have to have that. You have to have the proper documentation. So being through Life 365 or Citrus, you're covered on that.
Yeah.
Also,
Or just for like the artist to actually hear your feed.
yeah,
It's like I don't want the artist to be searching so many places to hear the radio station if there's not a radio station. It's like they say, oh, where is this station? I'm like, I don't know. Let's go figure it out. And it's like we shouldn't be like having to search for radio station if they're live and registered and have their license as well too. So
yeah,
for the music, so that's one criteria too. Is like make sure that they're able to look for your radio station, especially on those apps like Live 365, Citrus, TuneIn, Online Radio Box, and stuff like that because it's an easy access. If we have to search and search, it's like where is this person's radio station? Like it's gonna be like wow. It's like are they actually like live or not?
yeah,
Because it's like if it's live, then more listeners. And but yeah, that's one criteria. It's like hopefully we don't have to search that high and low and back and front for that radio station.
yeah. And of course, like with me, I love listening to other radio stations. I love like seeing who has what type of music. I like referring, like, hey, you know what? If you don't like my station, I can refer you to this other station.
Yeah.
Or because hey, I'm playing Carol G, Sasuke, like because you don't like it, like it's alright, like just wait until the next song. Pero if you like all the oldies, you know what? I can go and refer you to this song. Or I can go
Yeah.
and refer you to this other station. And just bring them to the other podcasts and as well. Like there's a lot of Tejano stuff happening, and Tejano music and the industry's growing.
Yes.
Not only like are the podcasts growing, we are having more television networks as well, which is cool. That's just for Tejano music only,
Hmm.
and then like just the industry growing as a whole. It's awesome.
Yes. Um. Yep. There's a lot of TV out there with the Hano. And and TV shows. They might not be on an app or something, but they're included with an app that's for the Hana music. So, so it's good because my mom likes to tune into some of those and um, just listen to the music that she likes, the Hana music from the 95s to up and now in 2023. So, um, it's good that the housing is getting like more exposure to TV and podcasts, TV shows, radio shows, and stuff like that. So it's cool.
Yeah, that's for sure. And just the way that everything has been lately, like just seeing like everything grow, and of course, thanks to Carol G, Grupo Frontera, and like también all these other artists who are noticing Tejano music and want to be a part of it and want to see it grow as well.
Mhm.
Because not too many people like know about the industry, know about the Tejano, know about the conjunto, and like honestly, the way it is, it's like the music's growing. Go and listen in.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you, Laura, for like calling in and like us having an awesome interview. Like this is stuff I didn't know about you, and like of course we're friends on Facebook, and like just you helping out the station here and there, but like keep on doing what you're doing, like keep on doing that awesome work that you do. También, any artists that are out there that want to get a hold of Laura or Leona Promotions, go and find her on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Where else?
Um, I'm also on LinkedIn, um, um, Instagram, Twitter, or X, um, but mostly on Facebook, on my Facebook page, Leona Promotions. I do have a website, but it's mainly the Facebook page, either mine, personal, or the Leona Promotions page. And I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I do work 8 to 5. I'm available during lunch, before I go into work, after work, um, and whenever the artist needs me to contact me, I'll reply as soon as possible. I do see it, but due to work, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Um, but that doesn't stop my little promotion. It still runs from 8 to 5. Um, as as soon as I wake up, as soon as I go to bed, like
It's a
um,
24-hour business.
it's a 24-hour business. Even on the weekends, I work a little bit for the artists. Like for Stephanie Martinez, she wanted me to submit a song for the 16th de December, September, and so I submitted that in the morning, and so it what I do doesn't really take that long, so that's why I'm available 24/7, Saturday to Sunday, so or Sunday to Saturday, so it's like I'll get to them as soon as possible, but I don't um I don't leave anybody in like not seen. I'll get back to them.
And that I want to thank you for. Thank you for helping out the station as well. And of course, like this podcast, go and follow us on iHeartRadio as well as iTunes. Go and subscribe, like, download the podcast, and go and support us as well.
Yeah.
Like this podcast is a completely independent podcast as well as all our programming of Tejano Spotlight Radio.
Okay.
And I want to thank you, Laura, también. Thank you for the interview. Thank you for the awesome conversation.
You're
Hopefully,
welcome.
hopefully I get to meet you soon, or at least we get to have some café con tequila or algo. Pero,
No,
but hopefully we'll be able to go and have some café, pan con café or algo. Pero,
I'm a chocolate person, so you either be hot chocolate or chocolate milk. So
okay, pero con
that's my favorite beverage is chocolate milk. I always have to have it on hand.
yeah, that's for sure. But we'll have another interview soon. And thank you, Laura, for uh, giving us this awesome interview. Of course, go and check out her artists on her Facebook page, as well as any other stuff that you need done. Get a hold of Leona Promotions. Thank you.
You're welcome.